When the FBI warned that hackers can use the smart gadgets you have at home to do a virtual drive-by of your digital life, it was smart connected gadgets they had in mind. This week's report into a vulnerability with cheap smart plugs available on Amazon can be added to recent warnings about kitchen gadgets and security cameras. But there was also a more worrying story this week, one that is much more of a concern. Reports suggested that a home internet router had been remotely attacked, exploiting its factory-set password to hijack an IP address to mask illicit activity. In my view, the specific attack alleged in these reports is implausible, but I agree that a router in such a default state is a very serious risk. I don't think people even understand what a router does, warns ESET cyber guru Jake Moore. Most people don't want to change the password, let alone go into the settings on the router. Many people don't even realize there are two passwords. And sir, the highlighting of this issue this week is critical. Treat your router like your internet mothership, Moore says. Lots of people haven't changed their ISP for years, and so they'll have an old router, possible 6, even 10 years old. And that means that the security on the device itself is likely lacking, and you probably haven't been into the settings, updated the firmware or changed the password for years, if ever. Routers are computers, air traffic control systems for all the connections in your house. And while your Wi-Fi SSID and password enable someone to join your network, that person needs to be nearby. Clearly, the router itself can be compromised remotely. I have commented before on broader IoT security. Give some thought to the number of devices you connect to your home internet. Remember, each device is a bridge between your home and the outside world. Think that through. For those you do connect, including computers, phones, tablets, smart toys, kitchen gadgets, appliances, TVs and the rest, change all default passwords, and make each one unique. Use a password manager or write them down. Update the firmware and enable auto-updates if available. And, ideally, enable the guest network on your Wi-Fi for all your IoT devices, everything except your phones and computers. For your router, this is really important. Make sure you understand the different devices that connect your home network to the outside world. Do you run a single router, modem that connects to your ISP and also runs your Wi-Fi? If so, ensure you have the admin credentials, make sure you've kept the firmware updated and that you are not using the default out-the-box password. If you don't have the login details or if the router is much more than 5 years old, request an upgrade from your ISP. Make sure you secure the device on receipt. It's the admin password and firmware updates you need to worry about.